and welcome to a wee chat. This is your one-stop entertainment stop for a Friday night on Twitch. Let's go! It's Friday. I can't believe it. We've had so many guests on this season so far. We're now at episode 4 of season 3. I am very, very excited. We've had 3 tarot cats. We've had Rudy and the Mole Rats. We've had all sorts of incredible guests. We've had Maggie Robertson, Resident Evil Village. My God, that was so good. That one was really good. I really enjoyed that one. We've had Ashens, big old YouTuber Ashens. We've had all sorts of people on the show. We've had several casts from The Last Kingdom. We had Arnis last week. We had Mark and James on week 1. And you're probably going to see a few more, let's face it. Because you know I love all those guys. I love The Last Kingdom peeps. So you know you're going to see more of them on here. But tonight, on tonight's show, well, let's see what's coming up, shall we? Well, we have a stellar lineup for you on tonight's show. She's Sadie Adler in Red Dead Redemption 2. Yes, the wonderful Alex McKenna joins us for a chat. Rudy is back with another question and say what? We've got Resident Evil's Claire Redfield in the house. It's Stephanie Panisello, and she's in the studio chatting about video games, voice acting, and streaming. And finally, our houseboat band MamajoeVramajoe return with another purple-flavoured melody to see us out this evening. Ooh, yes. What lineup? Oh, I'm so excited. And honestly, like, Alex and Stephanie are 2 of my favourite people. I met them within a month of each other, actually. And, like, I'm really happy to have them here on the show as well. So, but before we get to the lovely Alex, you know it's that time of the week. It's your weekend reading with Tarot Cat.
Yo, my beautiful souls, it's Tarot Cat here with your weekend reading. Remember, this is a general reading, so if it don't resonate with you, get out of here. So today's question is, what do I gotta know about the weekend? Let's shuffle the deck. Hell yeah, kid, you got the lovers. Looks like this weekend's gonna be fun, yo. We got these 2 naked jabronis here, naked as hell, son, standing in the middle of goddamn nowhere with some freak watching them. Look, no kink shaming. If that's your thing, all power to yous. But all I'm saying is, this weekend's looking spicy as hell, son. But let's see if we can clarify. Let's pull a clarification card. The Page of Cups. Look at this kid, dressed to impress. But what is this? A tiny fish in a massive cup. No. If you want to get down and dirty, then you gotta offer more than a tiny baby fish, fool. Looks like there's potential for a good-ass time, bro. But if all you're offering is this tiny-ass fish, then forget about it. You want to get those big guns out, son. Try harder. So that's what I got for you. Remember to follow, subscribe, and like and all that shit. Spirit says, yo, we out.
Sexy time, seemingly. No kink shaming. Okay, so that was Tarot Cat looking at my buttons. Oh my God, I've not only had like 2 sips of this cava. Jesus Christ. Guys, that was Tarot Cat. Please spam out all the Tarot Cat emotes into the chat right now. I want to see a wall of them behind me here. But now we've got our first guest. She's absolutely wonderful. Let's watch this clip before we introduce her.
You okay?
Peachy?
You sure?
No, I ain't sure.
You still working?
Is anybody still working? The whole goddamn place full of people bickering, fighting and lying. It makes me real sad.
I know. I need someone to ride with me.
Do what?
Finish off them O'Driscolls. I hear the last of them is holed up at Hanging Dog Ranch.
I don't have it in me no saw Colm swing, I just don't care.
I was a married woman. You know what they did to me. And to my husband? You're the only one of these fools that I trust. I've got to do this.
Oh, so good. Like, I love them both very much. Friends of the stream. Guys, please welcome. It's the one and only. It is Alex McKenna. Hi, Alex. How are you doing?
Hi.
Yay, I can't...
Happy to be here.
Oh, you look absolutely amazing. I'm loving this. Oh my God, I'm loving this.
Thank you kindly. You know, I'm a big fan and proponent of vintage. It's a little 1930s number.
Oh, I love it so much. Love it. I love vintage as well. I kind of tend to go more on just like Golden Girls 80s vibes. I can't do the 30s thing because of the way my body looks, so things don't hang off me well. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I feel like when you come to LA and you play in my closet that I lovingly call Narnia, because you go in feeling one way and you come out a completely different version of yourself. It's amazing.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, that's a date. Okay, that is definitely a date. Well, most people here know you. Let's start with the business stuff. Let's start with business.
All right.
Most people here know you from Red Dead Redemption 2. And, you know, we met at Edinburgh Comic Con last October, and you guys, your queues were absolutely, they were heaving. There were so many people. What was it like? What was it like meeting the fans at Comic Con?
I mean, I love it. I didn't know what to expect my first Comic-Con. I had never been to a Comic-Con, and I was basically, I feel like a lot of us were just thrown into this world. But after working on something for 5 years and we signed the craziest NDAs, my friends didn't know what I was working on. Half of them thought I had joined the CIA because I would never say where I was going. I would be exhausted. My shoulder would be out. I would have scratches or bruises. And they were like, and I was also really good with a gun.
Yes.
And they were like, what's happening? And I couldn't say a word. So to then get to be around the fans and people who have spent hours with us essentially, and to have their love of the game reflected back was, I mean, actually pretty profound. I wasn't anticipating how special it really is to connect over this thing that I love, I think is a piece of art, and other people love as well.
I mean, all of the characters are really layered and really, really well written. I think Sadie's character is really, really interesting. She changes completely from the beginning to the middle to the end. I mean, when you're meeting fans, what is it they're connecting with? What do they tell you when they meet you? I'm always curious to know.
I think a lot of people can really relate and connect to Sadie's strength and her loyalty. And I don't know anyone on this planet who hasn't had a really hard time, whether it be the loss of somebody you love or feeling like you don't want to go on. And Sadie's arc is, yes, she's driven by revenge on a certain level. Absolutely. But, you know, she's a marvel, especially for that time period. She wants to be an equal, and she is an equal. And I think, there were few of the people that really like just touched my heart. There was a dad and his daughter, and they came up to me and they said, "Hey, listen, like, we've never been able to connect over anything, and we both love your character in this game." Like, what? That's amazing. Or, you know, people who had worked in the military and gotten hurt, played this game and they said it got them through a really hard time, or other people with illnesses. Like, I don't think I had fully understood the power of gaming until that moment. I mean, I used to play video games. I love Rockstar, but I hadn't really just processed how incredible it is and how connecting it can be, with different communities. And it's amazing.
It's difficult, not difficult, but I guess it's hard to see when you're an actor in it and you're trying to just do the role and do a good job and try and do the art and try and storytell, So to see it's almost like your work is coming to life than when you see it like that. I mean, in terms of the character and, you know, getting into it, when you got the role and you got the scripts through and you were getting into it, as an actor, where do you start with a character like this in terms of, right, okay, what am I bringing to this? How am I fleshing this out? Like, what's your process?
Well, that is a great question. I will say for this video game, it was different than how I normally work. Usually when you get a part as an actor, you get a full script and then you get to make your notes and, you know, do nuanced bits. And, you know, I don't want to reveal too much, but here, this needs to happen. And it's like, it's you get the full piece of what you're working on for the most part. In this case, it was rather piecemeal and there was no linear format with which we were. I didn't know who my character was, honestly, for almost 2 years, in the sense that I worked one day and then it was like 6 months later. And then I worked for like 3 weeks straight. And we only got the sides. So like our lines, what you see in the scenes, the night before. And so then I would have to use my phone, record myself, because I also wasn't allowed to run it with anyone because it was so top secret. I really had no idea until like year 2, 3, because we worked on it for 5, that I was a real member of the gang and that I had this really legitimate role. And then it wasn't until the last year and a half or 2 where I was like, wow, this is the best character I've ever played. I'm totally in love with her. All I want to do is keep being Sadie.
That is crazy because, I mean, I don't know if did it help or hinder you in a way? Because when you come to a script like that, obviously you want to get really into it and know where it's going, but you're almost, it's almost like deconstructed and it's piecemeal and it's like a puzzle. So that
Totally.
It must have been very difficult in a way. Like, that's a very strange way to work.
It's a very strange way to work. But the positive is that it keeps you really, really present, you know, and frankly, it's kind of closer to life, except not within, you know, a linear time fashion, but we don't know what's going to happen. You know, we are here now experiencing what we're experiencing. And so there's also a permission to just being in the scene as it is. And, you know, it's very cool because we did full motion capture with facial recognition. So, you know, a lot of the time they're like, fans will say, you know, we loved your voice acting. And our entire cast is very, very quick to say, listen, yes, there was a little bit in the voiceover booth, but what you see is essentially theater in the round. We are standing there together in these like scuba diver superhero jumpsuits, essentially, with inside a giant warehouse that's kind of like an adult jungle gym, so to speak. And so we are really hugging, and if I'm crying, I'm really crying. And, you know, it'd be funny, we're in the studio and you hug and then your wires get crossed, and, you know, and then you have to T-pose so that all the cameras know that, you know, we're stopping. It's a very particular kind of medium, you know. It is acting, yes, and there is voiceover work, but it's its own living beast. It was amazing, and I love my cast so much. I'm so lucky.
What a skill to have as well as an actor, especially these days. I think it gives you an edge. Would you agree that, you know, you can do stage theater now, you can do performance capture and things like that as well?
Oh yeah. I mean, I hope that it leads to more. I mean, thus far it hasn't yet. It's such an interesting business. I feel that entertainment, acting, writing, you'd think, you know, oh, hey, wow, that was a big game. It was really successful. That was a good job. That would lead to other jobs. And bizarrely, it doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't. I understand that. It's very difficult for those out there who think it's very easy. It's always, I think it's only like the top 2-3% that will just keep working and working and working and working. And then for everyone else, it's like you're still slogging. But that's part of the journey. I don't ever see that as something. It is hard, but do you see it like that as part of the creative journey of just getting on and moving forward?
Yeah. I mean, you know, if you love something, it's in your bones, it's in your DNA. You know, you have 2 choices. You can either figure out a way or make excuses and not. And so, you know, yes, I've been working on television since I was 5. I've been doing movies but I've also bartended for 5.5 years. During that time, I was a personal assistant. I started a flower company. You know, you when you're an artist, you kind of have to hustle unless you come from extreme wealth or you're a Nepo baby, you know?
Yeah, 100%. It's so difficult. And in terms of like voice acting, I wanted to go back to that because I think a lot of people assume, oh yeah, voice acting, that's just a thing. You know, you stand in a booth, and you've mentioned no, it's actual performance. What would you say to those out there who want to get into specifically voice acting? Do you think that they need to also act as well?
Yeah. I mean, I think telling a story is telling a story. And in order to be great at your craft, and it is a craft, you need to study it from every angle. So I would suggest to anybody who's interested in voice acting or even video games or directing, like go take acting classes, go do comedy, you know, let yourself fall on your face and learn new things, do animal work, do Alexander, go to dance classes, because you will need to move your body, even if you just want to do voiceover. You know, when I'm doing animation, I was on Legend of Korra, I played Korra's mother, Senna. You know, when you're trying to get something across and the only tool you have available is your throat, how do you work that? Well, I need to know my breath. I need to know if I do this with my hand, does that change where my voice gets carried? Does that change the inflection? And, you know, it's exciting. It's like being a detective. You know, every role requires different things. And I think that's why some of us love it, or I know that's why I love it. It is not boring. It is never boring.
That's the whole process. It's just being a creative weirdo and just doing all of the stuff. Is this what you always wanted to do? You said you've been doing it since you were 5. You mentioned very briefly.
Yeah, I started when I was very young, but I was very lucky to have incredible parents that made that my after school activity. So I went to real school. I wasn't homeschooled. And so long as I got good grades, I got to go on auditions. And if I didn't want to miss prom or miss something, then we said no to jobs. And I actually left a television show, went to college. And that was really meaningful because I think I was worried that I was going to get boxed in. It was sort of, you know, this is pre-social media. This is pre-seeing actors do anything but be actors for the most part. And I knew that I loved science and I was curious about history and I wanted to write and, you know, I wanted to get an education. So, you know, I did. And very grateful for it. It may have stalled my career, but frankly, it opened up other doors in a different way. So,
but okay, so imagine different life. Okay, you can't do acting. You can't be on a stage, right?
Okay.
Nothing like that. Okay, you can't do acting at all, or even stand up or comedy or anything. You have to enter a different industry. What do you think you would do?
Neuroscientist, neurosurgeon.
Wow, for real?
For sure. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's what I studied in college. I was obsessed with neuroscience. I love the mind and the way it works. And, you know, I grew up in Los Angeles, and I know there's a lot of wild, crazy people everywhere, but Los Angeles is a special, special place that attracts all kinds of neurodivergence with, you know, just some straight madness. I don't know. It's like, yeah.
Do you use that for your job though? Like what you studied, do you ever kind of think, well, that's quite handy? Like how do you amalgamate those two things?
Well, it's funny. I've been asked this before. And when people say, oh, well, what was your major in? And I said, well, I actually ended up majoring in English, which is the writing. I minored in sociology, and then I had my concentration in neuroscience. And to me, that is, okay, I want to tell the stories. What is the context and where does it come from? Like, what am I working with? And it's all that, you know, we have in our brains. It's so much of who we are. And it's not just what we think, it's also how we react to things, our neurotransmitters, what's going on. And as somebody who's partially neurodivergent as well, I was just in awe of how different we all are, how we respond to different things. You know, I have a friend who can't drink caffeine, somebody else who can smoke weed and function, whereas I'm very sensitive. There's just it's fascinating to me, endlessly fascinating. Or how some people can recall history but can't do math. Like why? How? Tell me more.
So then, what's your strange neurological thing that makes you crazy and unique and odd? Then I want to know, like, what's your thing? What's your thing?
I'm pretty extreme ADHD, and it was before it was kind of popular.
Okay.
I remember being really, really upset with my parents because, mind you, I've been working since I'm 5. I always got good grades. I had to work really hard, but I always got good grades, and I would have a job, and that's a lot to juggle and balance. And I guess one of my teachers was like, it really doesn't make sense. Alex is in class, she sits in the front row, hands always up. She knows, I'm watching her understand everything. And then she gets on a test and it would just be like, blank. And so they put me through 3 days of testing, and I was pissed. I was like, I'm not stupid. This is before there was literature, before it had become normalized to a degree.
Yeah.
Stupid. I don't want to do this. Like I was really upset. And I get back my test results, and the it was a psychiatrist, anyways, and then psychopharmacologist, everybody's talking, and they're like, listen, we can break it down really quick for you. We gave you 6 cards, right? And you needed to put it in order, like what, from the beginning of the day to the end of the day.
Sure.
Was the thinking. It was a sunset over a house. And I saw it from the middle of the day to the night to the middle of the day. And they also time you. And I did it within a split second. And I remember seeing the tester person's face, and they were so confused. And I was like, what? And they were like, are you sure that's the right answer? And I looked, and then, yeah, she was like, well, I can tell you, I've never seen anyone do it that quickly. You're not wrong, but that's not the right answer. And I was like, there we have it. Okay. My brain would fire really, really quickly, and it would learn things, and it would be making these connections. But if I needed to recall, I couldn't find the path to get to where I had filed it in my brain. And I, I go really, really quickly. So slowing down is difficult for me. But that was sort of it. It's, just a slightly different way of seeing the world. And then, yes, I have some of the things where it's really hard to focus, or I start 900 projects and it's really hard to make myself complete, or I'm so hyper focused, and it's that sort of thing. And I was really lucky that I worked with an incredible teacher human who taught me little things for my particular ADHD or brand of it, my color of it, to actually take like different color pens. And when I'm taking notes, it slows down my brain just to pick a different color enough so that I can actually process it in a way that I can recall it later. I know where to go. And it's very interesting. I'm super touch sensitive, very, very color sensitive, which is probably why I love my vintage clothes. I get really inspired by that and the history. I love stories. I love,
That's interesting. And you know what? I didn't know that you were ADHD. And you know what? Literally half of my friends, my very, very good friends, are ADHD. I'm kind of collecting you all up like Pokemon. Like I've got so many. I love my ADHD friends. I spoke about this last week on stream. I don't know. I'm not ADHD at all, but I really connect so hard with ADHD people because my brain goes very fast, and I can forgive a lot of things that I think other people can't with ADHD people, like where it's like, forgetting things and going from one topic to the other. I love it. I had an ADHD friend, I saw them back in Edinburgh. They started talking, the subject started with, oh, did you see that thing at the hotel? And I went, yes. And then an hour had passed, but we never finished that first part. And then he kept going, oh, we forgot to finish the first thing. And I was like, no, it's fine. Keep going. Let's vibe it. And I love that. I don't know why I love it, but I quite like the weird meandering because I get really bored really easily. Just generally get bored by life very easily. So that's I mean, this is why I'm sitting in a virtual studio, Alex. This is this is basically my brain, like on a thing, basically.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, it reminds me of that David Bowie quote. I don't know where I'm going, but I promise it won't be boring.
Yes.
And that is, I
love
think
it.
how I'm trying to live my life is just stay inspired and meet incredible people. And I think sometimes it's really intimidating for people to make new friends, especially as adults, but it's instant. Like I was instantly like, I'm going to know this person for the rest of my life. Cool.
I know I sat next to Alex. I interviewed Alex during the day, and you don't get a measure of anyone when you're interviewing them, but I just thought, God, she looks great. So I can't go, God, she's so well dressed. And then we started talking, I thought, oh, she's really cool as well. God, she's great. And then I had like a big girl crush. Like, she's cool, man. And then we got put together, and then we started talking about astrology. That's because it was our birthdays. It was my birthday was coming up, and your birthday had been the week before or something like that. Mine's the 12th.
I think my birthday was coming up.
So mine's the 12th of October, and I don't know when yours is.
15th.
There you go. So we were like, oh my God. And then I was like, yeah, so I'm a Capricorn moon and a Sagittarius rising. And then immediately you were like, actually, well, was it Capricorn?
Capricorn rising and Gemini moon.
Gemini moon. That's why your brain's like, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah, I'm the only, the only, signs that have two sides. And Libra is the only inanimate object, which I find so fascinating.
Yes.
The zodiac.
Yeah, we're dead inside.
Basically.
We're basically.
And that's why we need art to fill us up.
Exactly, but we look great, Alex. We're dead inside, but we're just great. It's all good. I love all that stuff. And you know what? I hate when people roll their eyes at it because I love it. Like, how did you get into all that? Was it just natural when you were growing up? You just loved it?
My mom loved it. And I actually kind of, as one does, you either align with your parents or you slightly rebel against them. And I kind of was like, okay, I live in Los Angeles, right? I grew up here. It's the land of the woo-woo, like here's a this, here's a that. And I was always very open, but I'd call myself an open skeptic.
Sure.
And it wasn't until I started really reading about it and actually doing the research and then getting, different charts done that I was a bit mind blown. And then I came to the realization, sort of decision understanding that anything that gives you even a little bit of insight and can help you navigate what is a very complicated and oftentimes difficult world, why would you poo-poo that? Like, why not be open? You take what you need and leave the fucking rest.
Exactly.
Sorry, am I allowed to swear?
Yes, you. Oh my! Look, I'm from Glasgow, and you've met me, so.
Yeah, great. Well, I don't know. I sometimes have to put on my more professional boss talk than Alex just shooting the fucking shit.
Yes, you can swear as much as you want on this channel. Come on, let's go. I'm the same. Like I find astrology. I'm learning tarot now. I like all of it. Oh, do tarot. Oh, look, I've always got my cards with me. I've always got my cards next to me.
Mm-hmm.
I love doing tarot and things. And you're right. It's about making sense of the world. Just leave the things that you think are a bit rubbish and keep everything else. So
yeah.
What's the point in being a grump over it? You know what I mean? It's like you get one life. So just enjoy all the stuff that we're here to do. Like, I don't.
Absolutely. And I don't think it's healthy to be a fanatic about anything. I really don't. I think if it makes you a better person, cool. I feel that about religion too. I don't believe in hating people. I don't believe in ostracizing groups of humans because they're different. That's just not. If you're a kind human, we're all humans, then what's the problem?
Yeah.
What's the problem? We all bleed the same blood.
That's exactly what I say all the time, but people are dumb as shit. That's the problem. That's the bloody problem. They're dumb as fucking shit. Posy vibes only, you guys. Posy vibes. I'm a very old lady. I'm turning 40 this year. I'm allowed to be a grumpy bastard.
Yeah, I think 40 is the new fucking 20. If I feel I'm 38. I feel better now than I ever have. I like myself more than I ever have. I am sure as shit not insecure anymore. Like I used to be. Everybody, I think, in their 20s. And then 30s are hopefully just figuring your shit out. And then I don't know, it gets better. That's all I can tell whoever's listening. it does get better.
Well,
Just keep doing the work on yourself.
Oh, I agree with you. Well, let's have a big 40th in LA, yeah? Shall I have a big
Yeah.
party? Yes. Well, let's have a big old party. Like, because I'll be there. I will be there by then.
Great.
So let's
Great.
do it. Alex, you have been absolutely wonderful. I hope that you will come back at some point in future, or at least do the podcast that I've been talking about as well, which would be absolutely brilliant. That would be great. So let's do that. But yes, Alex, you've been great. Please tell us, where can we follow you online? Just wherever you want us to follow you.
Okay, I'm really just an Instagram user because I like the visuals, and I'm on Twitter, but I don't really use it. That's at Ms. Alex McKenna, but I'm Max Magpie on Instagram.
Please,
MaxMagpie.
Max Magpie, please go follow Alex. She's one of my favorite humans. She's absolutely fabulous. And she's about to adopt a puppy, I think.
I've been fostering 6 puppies that were rescued from Mexico, just like in a bad situation, little puppies. And now I've had them for over a month. They're 3 months old, and one of the biggest one is almost 18 pounds. They're going to be big babies.
I mean, if you want some top puppy content, then the Instagram stories are the way to go. Like, Alex's Instagram is just all puppies right now. I'm like, dog. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Please go follow Alex. Alex, I'll see you again soon. I miss you terribly, and we'll speak soon for sure.
And thanks for having me on.
No problem. We love you. Everybody, please say goodbye to the wonderful. It's Alex McKenna. Bye, Alex. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, man. Like, I wanted to get into more stuff there, but we don't have a lot of time, so we've got to get on with all of the other stuff. I absolutely love Alex. I absolutely love it. I cannot even tell you. Oh my God. Hold on. Stephanie's very keen. Not yet. Hold. I will call you. Love you, Stephanie. I love you. I love you, Stephanie. Not yet. Hold. We've already got Cactus in the chat going, scarf. It's scarf. I've told everyone we'll explain the scarf thing shortly, like when Stephanie's on the thing. And guys, please go follow Alex on Instagram. She is one of my favorite people. Okay, it's time for, before we have Stephanie on the show, we got a bit of Rudy to get through. Let's go.
Say what?
Hell yeah. He's back again. It's Rudy. Hi, Rudy. Is everything okay, Rudy?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Rudy. I just wanted to ask if everything's okay with you this week, because you mentioned Roy was training you for some new position last week. Is that correct?
Yeah, Claire. He was training me to be a new SIO. That's a self-improvement officer. You remember?
Yes, I do. And how did you get on? Like, did you get the position in the end?
I sure did, Claire. I started this week.
Oh, okay. So what does the job entail?
Well, I gotta make sure that we make the right folks join our club.
Okay. What do you mean by club?
Yeah, Roy said being a part of the Mole Rat Kingdom is kind of like being in a club. So we have to make sure we get the right people to join. I just need to ask some insurance questions first.
Insurance questions. Okay, that sounds quite interesting. Okay, let's have a bit of fun with this before we get on with the question of the week. Can you ask me some of these insurance questions? Because I want to see if I can get into your club.
Yeah, sure. I can do that. Have you ever lied?
What? I mean, I'm sure we've all lied, haven't we? I mean, we all lie. Like, I mean, that's...
How long have you lived on Earth?
Okay. Oh, wait, what do you mean? Because there not actually any other habitable planet. Like, I'm confused. I don't know.
Answer the question. Just answer the question.
Okay. 39 years, I guess.
Interesting. Have you ever produced any offspring?
No, I've not. No.
What's your opinion on snakes?
What do you mean? What?
Answer the question, Claire.
Okay. No. I haven't actually ever encountered one in real life, so I'm not really sure about.
That's not really an answer, is it?
No. Okay. Okay. I guess I'm not a big fan. I suppose I'm not a big fan.
Okay, so great job. That concludes the first part of the insurance test. Let me calculate the results. Email.
Okay. Did I pass?
It's inconclusive, Claire. We'll have to run more tests.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get on with this week's question, shall we? While you run more tests. What have you got for me this week?
Sure. Sure, Claire. So, I wanted to know, why did we die?
Wow, Rudy. That is a really big question. I mean, it's Friday night and we're having a good time, and you're really stumping me with these heavy questions every week. I mean, okay, let me ask you this. Why are you asking me that?
Well, Roy says we never really die. We ascend.
Where do you ascend to?
To the golden gates of Etherworld. That's Morad's true home.
Okay. Well, I'm not really sure about that, but okay, I say this. Okay, I guess all I can say is that creatures die sometimes when they get really old, but there are also other circumstances as well, like...
It shall be at the golden gates of the Etherworld where true judgment shall be cast upon thee. Our physical bodies are weak, but only true believers shall enter the next realm, a realm with fertile soil, where we will want for nothing, where all the roots will be juicy and strong, and we will bask in the light of our one true God, Eremanius.
Rudy! Rudy,
Yeah.
Are you okay, Rudy? Are you all right?
Sorry, Claire. Yeah. I guess that clears it up. Thanks.
Okay. Well, I feel like I barely even answered, to be honest with you.
What? No. I'm good. It's all good. Email. Oh, hey, look, Claire. I'm sorry. I just got an email from Roy. He's got a bunch of SIO stuff for me to do, so I'll check about your insurance test though soon, okay?
Okay, Rudy. Well, thank you very much, Rudy. I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.
Bye, Claire.
Oh,
Say what?
shit. Okay. Well. So that was Rudy, and that's something that we don't press again. God. Okay, so that was Rudy. Wow. Yeah. I need a drink after that. I need a bloody drink after that. Jesus Christ. Spam out all your Rudy emotes. Well, we've got our next guest almost here. We're gonna play a clip before they arrive. It's Stephanie Panisello, but please watch this clip. Very exciting.
Yeah, I'm almost there. You know me, I'll be fine. Sounds good. I'll be back as soon as I find Chris. I will, but I gotta go. Why does everyone think I'm gonna get in trouble? What the? Hello? Hello?
Stay back, ma'am. I got this.
Don't come any closer! Don't shoot!
Get down!
We gotta get out of here.
You alright?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks.
You can thank me later, when we're safe.
Holy shit.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. So excited about this because I absolutely love our next guest. This has been a lovely one because I'm genuinely in love with both of the guests on tonight's show. Guys, please welcome, it's the one and only, it's Stephanie Panisello. Hi, Stephanie. Hello, hello. Hello.
Hi, Claire.
Look at our wee face.
Here.
Look at our wee face. Oh, I love her so much. Cactus Snacks in the chat says, hi, Scarf. I've told them all about Scarf.
Oh, hello. How are you doing?
I am doing very... Oh, shit, she's got it. She's got the prop. She's got...
Hold on.
Hell yeah.
How are we?
Look, guys, she's only been on for a few seconds and she's giving the people what you want. She's giving the people what you want.
God.
Stephanie, it's absolutely wonderful to see you. I'm so happy that you've made it on the show. Now, we're going to get on to how we met and everything else, but, you know, the whole reason we just played this clip from the Resident Evil 2 remake, and I wanted to ask you, you know, being such an iconic character, how does it feel to step into such big shoes and, like, embody that for people? It must be quite a thing for an actor.
Yeah, I mean, no pressure, right? It definitely was one of those, it's one of those characters that, like you said, is iconic. And so it was a little scary to kind of, you know, recreate a character that already existed. But the beautiful thing was that Capcom was all about it. They looked at me, and it was Mr. H, who's a producer for him, and was like, listen, you just are Claire. Whatever you do is going to be Claire. And I was like, all right. And that kind of gave me free reign to kind of recreate a character that existed. So I kind of try to keep her essence, but really kind of just modernize her and kind of make her my own. So there was definitely pressure involved there, but I was very lucky that I was given an opportunity to kind of make it mine. So
Love that. And when you're making it your own as an actor, when you're kind of like grabbing a script, you're looking at that, and obviously there's history there. But how did you make Claire Redfield you? What would you say is you about this character?
well, she never used to cuss a whole bunch.
I love it. You swearing? No way, Stephanie.
You know what though? It's funny. I'd like to think that I've like found a way to balance swearing so that it feels very natural and it's almost like a pleasant conversation. I try to say this with my family when I saw them last weekend, and they were like, yeah, no, you just cuss a lot. Where did that come from?
She's such a sweet girl, though, you guys. She's lying. She's so sweet. Actually, no, we went out drinking together. Stephanie's brilliant. Stephanie's so good. But I asked Alex the same question as I'm going to ask you now, because, you know, you do Comic Cons and you meet people, and I'm interested always in what fans think. So when you're meeting fans, what do they say to you? What is the thing that they connect with you in terms of the character Like, what kind of things do they say?
Yeah, I think that one of the things that people always connect with the character is that she feels very authentic. So whenever you're going throughout the game and something is happening, a lot of people would say I was reacting with the exact same words or the exact same way that Claire was reacting, which is really kind of fun because I mean, I experienced it playing the game, which sounds weird as myself, but like I experienced the same thing where that was kind of happening in those moments. But that's one of the things that I get a lot is just that she feels like a very real person. Which is always a compliment. I feel for anything that has to do with acting and performance when somebody connects in that way. And then also the other one that I get is that she's very caring, right? So she has this whole side of her that she's like an absolute badass, but she's also so kind. Like she has that other element of her so that she is more dimensional than just like I'm just your badass like hero here in this game, I arrived packing with a gun already on a motorcycle. Like I could save the day. Yes, that is all true, but she also has this vulnerability to her that makes her really strong, and I think people really, really connect with that. And a lot of the times I'll get a lot of real life stories of how that character helped them kind of find like the courage to get through something hard and stuff like that. So that's always a beautiful it's a beautiful treat and blessing that I get to hear. So
well, let me say this. If you were put in the same situations in real life as Claire Redfield, would you react in the same ways, or what kind of person would you be in those kind of high octane dangerous situations?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit of an adrenaline junkie. So
nice.
Yeah, I think I mean, I don't think I would take it as like easily as she does of like this. If like G was coming straight at me, I think I would definitely have more of a freak out moment. And I think if zombies were real, I think it would take me a moment for that to really hit. Yep. If Mr. X was coming after me, I think I might want to like sit in a corner for a minute and like, because those footsteps would be freaking me out. I'm not gonna lie. But I do work well under pressure, so I feel like as long as I knew I had everything I needed, like I think I would be very methodical. You know what? That's actually what I would say. I think I would be more methodical. I would be like hoarding all the goods as fast as I could and coming up with a plan, and then I would take action. I don't know if I would be as quick to just go. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I'm contradicting myself again. No, maybe I would.
You know what? I was doing a job back in, it was in October, so about a month before I met you. And it was for Intel, and we did this whole thing for Intel, and then we did this zombie activation at a mansion. They filmed it all. I'll send you the YouTube link. It's basically me swearing half the time, going, "Oh my god!" But you know what? I always thought I'd be scared, and and it was filmed like they just threw us in. Like, we all knew it was being filmed or whatever, but it started to feel very real the way they'd done it. They gave us guns. We ran around. I quite liked being at the front. I was like really up for being at the front because I thought, well, at least I'm in charge. And then I know what's happening, because I don't want to be at the back, like be the last one alive. I don't want to be in the middle as well because I can't see what's going on. So
what's happening, yeah.
Would you be
Wait, so what was this? Did you get it? Were you being attacked? Like, what was it like was it a zombie situation? Was it like a paintball? What was it?
It was like they filmed this thing for a zombie video game. I'm not allowed to say what it is.
Zombie video game. Okay, yeah.
And then they give us guns, and they had actors there going, contact right, contact left, and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, okay. Yeah. And we had to go from, it was like the grounds of this English mansion. The mansion itself was like a whole set, and then the whole of the grounds became a set. There was an abandoned house, so we were like running around the woods at like midnight, like with these guns.
Sick, though. I love that.
You would have loved it. It was so good. It was so good. But the one part there was a puzzle to solve in the house. I stood back at that point because I felt like I'm not the brains of the operation. I'm more of the person that shouts stuff. I just like, are you the brains or are you the shouting person? Would you say, Stephanie?
Claire, you and I have discussed the fact that we're both Libras, so.
I mean,
Okay, I'll put it this way. I think of it how I act when I am in an escape room. I am absolutely the take charge, like, okay, this much time on the clock. All right, you're good at this. Try that out. Do that, this. You okay, blah, 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 blah.
yes.
And then I'm like, all right, I know where my strength is, and I'm gonna do that. And then if I'm not good at a particular thing, I'm gonna be like, yo, try this. You know, like,
Yes.
I feel like I'm very good at organizing and understanding where the problems are and then attacking it, but like also delegating the best person for that job.
You're a project manager. I'm also a project manager. It's okay. They need us in the apocalypse. They need us.
Listen, Scarf, there's a reason why, okay? We got Scarf and Shoulders. Scarf here is the project manager, and so is Shoulders, okay? This is what we
Exactly. We're project managers, you guys. Now, you know what, Stephanie? You've just mentioned Scarf and Shoulders. I've got a special video to show everybody.
Oh my God, what do you have?
So just keep quiet while we watch this video, guys. Now, the reason why we're talking about this is because of this. Are you ready?
Hi, you guys. This is Shoulders and Scarf.
Scarf here.
What's happening right now? She's not allowed.
I can't lick my lips.
And how are you feeling?
I don't know if I like it. I feel a little depressed. You should probably work on that.
This is We Global World Tours. We're here at the most confusing Christmas market in Western Europe. It's Birmingham's Frankfurt Christmas market. We're here with Hunter Stephanie Panisello. What do you make of this Christmas market?
I don't know. I'm American.
She's American. She's even more confused than the rest of us. We Global. We're here with the stars of Mag to Mag. This is Mag.
Hi there.
Hi there. And this
Hello,
is,
America.
This is Mag.
Hello.
We're promoting their new show, Mag to Mag. This is We Global World Tours in Birmingham. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, you guys. Sorry.
Sorry, Scarf here.
I love it so much.
We need to explain the donut thing. Otherwise, out of context, you don't know what's going on.
Oh my God, like, cause like Stephanie had never heard. She was eating the cinnamon pretzel thing, donut, whatever, and it was a Christmas market. And I was like, no, you can't lick your lips. And she was like, why? And I was like, it's just the thing. You're not allowed to. You got to see how long you go. And you really looked like you were struggling. I mean, you did really well.
I held on for so long. I literally had like the biggest collection of like sugar cinnamon.
You're like, ugh. When she said she was depressed, she ain't lying. She looked pretty depressed.
Well, it took away the joy. It absolutely took away the joy. Like the best part, I think, is the part where you lick your lips because that's where the sugar is. That's where the good stuff is. So otherwise, it's just dough.
Exactly. That's how we do it in the UK. We're a joyless nation. That's basically how we do it in the UK, Stephanie. We're joyless as fuck. But we became Shoulders and Scarf because I was wearing a big shouldery thing. I like my shoulder pads. She loves her scarves. And we became Shoulder and Scarf.
I remember which scarf it was that began that. I'm so glad I chose the right one.
It was so that one. When I saw it in the background, I was like, oh my God, yes, I can't believe it. Oh my God, so good.
Yeah, I made sure to bring it.
So good. So you're coming to the UK again, I hear.
I am.
And I won't be at the same place as you. I can't. No, I've told you why, but you can't say it out loud.
I know. It's a secret. I'm good at keeping secrets. Don't worry.
So I can't be there. But tell us where you're going to be in April, Stephanie.
So I'm going to be in Birmingham at Insomnia Games. Is it Games Convention? It's going to be, I forget which day it is in April.
The 7th to the 9th. The 7th to the 9th. I know.
There you go. Thank you for that.
It's the 7th to the 9th.
Schedules. I'm like just trying to catch up. Yeah, I'm going to be over there, so I'm super stoked. This will be only the second time that I have been out of the States for a convention. So if anyone is in the UK, this is absolutely the time to go. I never know when it's going to happen again next. So, but this is definitely happening, and I'm so excited. I know that this particular convention is super stoked because they're starting to bring in voiceover actors. So myself and some other people I know, which I don't know if it's confirmed yet, I can't talk about anything, will be there. And I'm just so excited to meet fans, honestly. Like, I had an opportunity to last year when I met you too. And everyone was so lovely. And honestly, it was pretty awesome. And anyone who came, I don't know if anyone that's in chat was there, but it was wild. I don't know what I was on at convention.
No, you're lovely, like, because usually people at conventions are jet lagged or hungover, depending on how early or whatever they've arrived. No. And Stephanie came right up to me. She went, "Hi, are you Claire? I'm Stephanie." And I was like, "Oh, this is really cool. Yes, hi, yes." And from that point onwards, we started. It was you, me, and Maggie in the green room, and we started talking about farts. I mean, that's basically where we went to.
Oh, the fart girls began.
I mean, our WhatsApp group is the Fart Girls. That is our WhatsApp group. We have a WhatsApp group called the Fart Girls. It's great.
The weirdest part is, I think I started that, and then I was like, I don't know how everyone's gonna take this, and you just were like all for it, and then Maggie was all for it, and then before you know it, the entire green room is in on it, and then it became the running joke for the rest of the show, and it was fart acts and just ridiculous madness, and I'm just so blessed and glad that me coming up to you and being like, "Hi, I'm Stephanie," and then like, "Let's talk about farts," like totally worked out.
I love it. I love it. Just like I've got this image of Ron Perlman in the corner, like rolling his eyes, like shaking his head, going, "What are you talking about?"
Legit, my first conversation with Ron Perlman, and it was like, no, there was nothing to hold back. Him and we were talking about how he had this app on his phone, and his wife was like, "You need to delete this." This is not okay.
I love it so
and then
much.
He gave Rex on which app to download for it. I had literally 3 on my phone.
I feel like Ron is like an honorary fart girl, kind of. Like, he's kind of,
yeah. He kind of is. It's kind of like the Powerpuff Girls, where you've got the professor, who's like the dad who like created the Powerpuff Girls. Like that's like Ron right there,
So what was your fart girl? Because we had the Spice Girls. You got Sporty Spice, Scary Spice, whatever. What were our fart girl names again? There was Wet Fart.
Oh my gosh. No, I think we said that was the X-rated version.
I can't remember.
I don't even know. I'm just gonna act like I forgot everything.
You know what? We've all forgotten. All we know is we're the Fart Girls, and that's all we know.
And anytime anything reminds me of it, I have to take a picture and send you guys.
Oh my God, I can't wait. And hopefully when you come to Insomnia in April,
yes.
Hopefully if you've got time, you can come down to London and for a wee visit. Like, we have to organise it. And you can come.
Yeah,
come stay.
I'm talking all this stuff out right now, actually. So that will happen. I'm extending purposely to see you, my dear.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I'll make you dinner. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I like having guests. I will be very tired after like 3 weeks of cons, so you're not gonna get the absolute best of me, but I will be here in body.
Listen, if I get the loony version of you, I'm good with that. You can run on fumes. I feel like you would work well running on fumes.
Oh yeah. Do you get that way where you're so manic, like when you're running on fumes, you become like a bit mad kind of thing? Yeah, I get like that.
Well, the last convention, I was on another level. Like, it's so funny. The people that were working alongside me and stuff were just like, you're like an Energizer bunny. And I had been running on very little sleep. I was just running on excitement and like, just, I don't know. I was just having a great time.
You were like, like, I will be like that when you arrive this time. So I'm going to be like, ugh, but it'll be good. And like, I'm looking forward to like to actually showing you around London, and people go to get your tickets for Insomnia now, because you can meet Stephanie in Insomnia. It's going to be amazing. Finally, Stephanie, because I'm going to let you go, I wanted to ask you, like, what why do you think this game is so important, Resident Evil, for the fans, and why is it important to you?
You know, I think it's super important to the fans. One, because the original RE2, I would say, kind of put horror on the map for gaming. So it really was one of those games that I think, me included, just fell in love with. I also do think it's super important because it was one of the very first, and there aren't many actual like protagonist female in a game as well. So I think that's the second reason. I think the third is that people legit had been asking for this game for a long time, for many, many years. They were just pushing for Capcom to please do a remake of this game. And then when it was remade, which we had no idea, by the way, how well received it was going to be, it was done very well. And I think the reason is because we put so much love and effort into it, and every single one of us, whether it been the actors or the developers, animators, whoever it was, directors, everybody really put a piece of their heart into it and really cared about it. And it was legit a baby that we all created together. And I think that's why it's just so important and has really just honestly become a really beloved game. And like I said, I know it's weird talking about it because it's a game that I'm in, but I'm like even just talking about it as a fan from the outside, trying to be from the outside and objective. It just turned out really great, and I'm really, really proud of it. And I'm just really, really happy also the friendships that I was able to make throughout this and throughout just the franchise as a whole now. It really has become an incredible community to be a part of, and I feel very blessed that I get to be a part of it and get to play such an awesome, badass, iconic character, you know, in such a wonderful franchise. So and RE2 really did that, you know, it really did that for the franchise, and you know, kind of kickstarting it back, it feels like, you know, although RE7 was pretty great, though, I will give you that. RE7 was wonderful. I just played that semi recently, and it was terrifying and gruesome, and I couldn't sleep. But I do think that that's probably the reasons why. So I'm definitely very, very blessed and very thankful for it. So
you guys, if you're part of Stephanie's community on Twitch, because Stephanie streams as well, please spam out Stephanie's emotes. Stephanie, what do you stream on Twitch? Before you go, tell us, what do you stream on Twitch? What can people expect from your Twitch streams?
Yeah, so first off, my handle on there is Because I Claire. Which is a play on Because I Care, which is one of the lines that Claire says, and it's the whole reason she does everything that she does. I also thought it was really great because your name is Claire, but anyways.
I know that's the first thing you said to me. You're like, oh my God, you're Claire. Oh my God, you're Claire. And I was like, yes, that is me.
Yeah,
like,
that is me, yeah.
That's me.
So I stream on Thursdays, and I'm a bit of a variety streamer, so I do everything. I do leave it up to my fans, you know, the community sometimes, to vote on what the next game is. So currently I am playing Resident Evil Village because that's just kind of how it came to be, but I will play action adventure games. You know, I played Stray, I played Alien. Technically didn't finish that one because it was terrifying and I got stuck on a save. You know, Tomb Raider. I'm trying to think. I've played Call of Duty on there. Just a variety of different games, but definitely horror seems to be the favorite. Maybe it's because I scream, and for some reason I seem to have some larger reactions. So
well, we should play horror games together because I am a massive screamer.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay, question then.
Okay. All right.
Have you played Resident Evil 2?
No, I've not. Actually, I've not. Okay, I gotta play it now.
I mean, Claire, you get to play as Claire. Your name is on it.
And I get to play you as well. So it's kind of like some weird Inception, Claire squared, Stephanie, Claire mashup.
Yeah, so it was a Claireception. You know what I mean? It's a Claireception.
I gotta play it. I gotta play it. It's terrible. I know, for shame. People are saying for shame. Look, guys, I got barely any time to finish Miles Morales Spider-Man on stream. It's the shortest game in the world. But Stephanie, you need to come on and play some scary games with me then. Like, let's try and organize it when we're both free at some point. So let's try and
You'll have to tell me what's on the list. You know which one I've always wanted to play, still haven't played is oh my gosh, I'm gonna draw a blank now. It's the one where they're animatronics. Five Nights at Freddy's, I think it is.
Oh my god, that game is ridiculous. Like, I didn't get through it a lot actually because it was just terrifying and I just screamed a lot and I was like, what's happening? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, what's going on here? Like, some scary things coming towards me. I'd Lunch Lady. We should play something like Phasmophobia or Lunch Lady. There's so many scary games. Like, we should play it. And I will absolutely try and get through the Resident Evil 2 remake. Absolutely. Okay,
you'll have to give it a shot. It's scary, but it's not as brutal as some. It's more like, I don't know, it's like an action adventure with horror, you know. So
okay.
Also random, my another game that I'm in is coming out, Octopath Traveler 2. It comes out February 24th. So I do play a couple characters in there. So it's not out just yet. So if anyone in chat here, you know, is a fan of that game, I do show up in there as 3 different characters. So you can see if you can spot me in there. But that comes out October 24th, which is legit, in less than a week. So
Hell yeah. Guys, first of all, you gotta go follow Stephanie on Twitch. We've done a shout out for Stephanie now. And Stephanie, where can we find you online? Twitter, Instagram, wherever you want us to follow you. Tell us.
Yeah. So I use both Twitter and Instagram. I post the most, I think, more on Instagram if you like adventures and inspirational stuff or like BTS stuff from, you know, behind the scenes for work. But I am the only Stephanie Panisello in the world. So if you legit just Google Stephanie Panisello, you can find it on there. So it's Stephanie Panisello on Instagram, and it is Steph_Panisello on Twitter because I have an extremely long name. And I think those are majority of them. I got Facebook as well. So whichever one it is that people enjoy. But Instagram is my main platform, I will admit. So.
I'm going to guide everyone towards Instagram because Instagram is my favorite these days. But please follow her everywhere because she's incredible. And we all need more Stephanie in our lives. We all need more Stephanie. More Stephanie. Stephanie, I can't wait to see you in April after our respective gigs. And we will hang out and share a glass of vino. And it'll be really fun. I can't wait. Guys, everybody, please say goodbye to Stephanie. Spam the love hearts in the chat. Go follow her on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. Stephanie, thank you so much. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Oh, shit. Stephanie. Well, that was the wonderful Stephanie Panisello. We also had Alex McKenna. My God, 2 heavyweights of the gaming world there. Red Dead Redemption 2, Resident Evil 2 remake. I'm spoiling you guys. I'm really spoiling you all. And we even got to see some behind the scenes. Some behind the scenes scarf and shoulders action. I'm gonna leave you with this. So, when we were all together, Magnus is in Assassin's Creed, he's in The Last Kingdom as well. Maggie Robertson in Resident Evil Village, and then it was me and Stephanie. We made a song. We made up a song. You ready for this? Sing along if you like. Scarf, shoulders, mags and scarf, mags and scarf. Scarf, shoulders, mags and scarf, mags and scarf, and mags and scarf, and shoulders, mags and scarf, mags, shoulders, mags and scarf, mags and scarf. Just imagine 4 idiots walking down Birmingham High Street singing that drunk. On our way to meet Neil Newbon, who you all know, he's in Resident Evil Village as well. Hyper. Neil was like, okay, what's going on here? Poor Neil. Poor Neil. What a bunch. I love them so much. Guys, thank you very, 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 very bloody much. It's been absolutely wonderful. We're staying on stream because we have Bump next, our late night memes, news, question of the week, all of that stuff with Renegade Master. But MamajoeVramajoe, our houseboat band, are here to see us out. Now, who do we have on the show next week? Oh, I think I've got some really good guests next week. Hold on, let me get my let me get my notes. Oh yeah. Okay, all right. Now I'll announce it next week. You better just follow me, you guys. Right? Okay, you guys. I'll announce it next week. Actually, we'll announce it. So please follow, join the Discord, do all that stuff. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, and all of that kind of stuff as well. Okay, here's MamajoeVramajoe, our houseboat band, to see us out. Stay here. I'll be with you very shortly.
Whoa! Hello there.
Well, hi.
Hi, I'm Mama Joe.
And I'm Vramajoe.
And we are
That's
broadcasting from our houseboat on our purple planet that we have been terraforming this whole year. And this is going to be the home of our Church-a-Joe, which is the religion we are starting, where we praise purple.
Yes.
And what else?
Potatoes.
Potatoes, guys.
Naturally.
We love potatoes. And we have a song for you, potato lovers out there.
It's true. We made this song about potatoes. For potatoes. Because potatoes are useful. Oh, yeah!
Praise the potato. Praise the potato. Praise the potato. Praise the potato. Potatoes are good. Potatoes are fine. Potatoes are always on my mind. Praise the potato. Praise the potato. Praise the potato. Praise the potato. Purple fairy potato. DJ potato. Mushroom head potato. Spooky potato. Little rich bitch potato. Father potato. Tiger King potato. Nike potato. Medical potato. Bimbo potato. Potato. Praise the potato. Praise the potato. Dun, dun, your potato. Potatoes are good. Potatoes are fine. Potatoes are always on my mind. Praise the potato. Praise the potato. Potato. Thank you, Claire. Thank you so much for all that you do and for having us as your houseboat band for the past
Thank you very much.
4 weeks of your WeChat. We love you so much.
And we also strongly believe that Claire should get paid more.
Yes.
That's right.